Hey Garth Gang, and this is the heist video I spoke about in my previous recording. So I'm just going to go through everything. If you're even remotely interested in heist, or you don't care about heist and you just rather forget the mechanic, I'll go through that as well. So we'll start with the very basics. If you're interested in running heist at all, even if it's just casually, you're bored of the other mechanics in the game and you just want to run heist, the first thing you need to do is go to Filter Blade, which I will load up on my screen now. Oh, let me just set a scene. You can't see. Let's do a new. Yes, that one. Not that one. That one, that's better. Okay, there we go. Right, that was quick. Where are we? Filter Blade, there we go. So the first thing you can go is going to Filter Blade, whichever filter you are using. If you're subbed to a streamer's filter, then you'll need to go and ask for their Filter Blade, because then more than likely they have not done this most basic of customizations. You can use mine, this one here, Heist. I'll update it, correct it, and make that public, and that'll be in my description below, so you could use this one. But if you go for the default, the first thing you need to go to is find the Heist section, not this bit here. You need to go further down. There it is, Heist Follower Equipment. You go into this section here, and you go into each of these four sections here, into Cloak, and other than the top one's fine. I haven't done it on this filter, which is really strange of me, but you need to change this to rarity. So you go to range and you change it from normal to rare, and you have to do that on every single one. Okay, so every single one needs to be changed to normal, rare. Alright, so that's the cloaks done, and you would then need to do brooches. What I would, unfortunately, if you do the copy and paste section here, where you can copy a layout, it'll appear over here. You can then paste it down there, make it the same and all that funky stuff. It won't copy the rarity section, so even if we delete that one, we copy this and we paste it down here, it doesn't change the rarity. So unfortunately, this is about a 10 to 20 minute process where you literally have to go in and change all of the rarities. Now I don't know why Neversink doesn't do this. Having these items drop rare decreases your chance. I never had one drop rare in all the time I've been heisting. Maybe it's just RNG luck, I just haven't seen it, or my filter wasn't set up correctly, but I consider myself an expert on heist now, and you don't usually see rare, so the chance of you getting any sort of heist NPC equipment is remote to none, unless you change it to these. Now eventually you'll pick up these sharpers. He says they're tier 3, but this is the level 2, job level 2, job level 3, job level 4 plus, and then these ones are the high item level, which will get you the best mod rolls you can roll on them. But if you're just starting out, you need the tier 2, the job level 2 ones to drop to increase your chances. Even if you don't roll them, a normal tier 2 job level 2 brooch, hold on, where's the cloaks? Let's do the cloaks, because there we go. The cloaks are probably the easiest one to talk about, because with the cloaks, job level 2 cloak has a 2% increased cooldown, lockdown percentage, I think it is. Let me just double check that. I know so much, it's difficult to remember which one. Where's Path of Exile gone? There it is. There we go. Reduced alert, that's it. Reduced raising of alert level. Now this is my standard heist character, so I've got really good gear on here. But let's go back to Filter Blade. There we go. So this cloak here will reduce it by 2%, which doesn't sound much, but that could be the difference between opening a little chest or not. So that's what you have to do, and then you'd have to save the filter in here, save and put in the name or whatever you want. I suggest you keep yours private, and then apply, and then you could then either go in this section and either sync it with PoE or go into download file and download it onto your computer and access the file from there. So if you're going to go with a sync with the PoE, you hit sync with PoE and you add new filter, and you put it in the name in there and apply, and then when you go into your Path of Exile account, the filter will show up here in all these. Yes, I'm subbed to Bayless Filters because he has the best filters in the game, and I've spoken to him, and his League Start Fire filter does have the amendments to the Heist equipment. So if you don't want to bother with the hassle, but you just want to dip your toe into it, that League Starter will have everything you need to start off on. So that's that. Back to the filter blade thing. So yeah, you can either do it that way, or you can download the file here. Bam. The file will then go down into your download section on your computer. You then move it to your Path of Exile folder, and there's multiple videos how to do all of this. The main part of what I wanted to go through is just to alter your equipment. Now the other thing you need to do is add a new equipment rule. So what you need to do is just check to make sure you have the right section. You need to remove, go into the gear section, you need to remove precise arrowhead by clicking the cross. And then you need to go down to custom equipment rules and then add it in as Heist gear. Then you can type it here, precise arrow head, add, tick all the little boxes, go back into the gear section, copy the gear section there into the custom rules again, and paste. Then what you need to do is you need to change the rarity to range again and drop it from normal to rare, and change the item level to 82. There we go, and that's it, done. The reason for this is, unlike the other Heist gear sections, to get the maximum tier 1 rolls on precise arrowhead, you have to have a gear level of an item level of 82, and all the other two are 81. So you need to create the custom rule to make sure you're getting the tier 1 drop, but you make the colours and stuff the same as the tier 1 gear level. So that's filter blade. So then once you've got your filter, you can do all the other customizations in here, and if you don't know how to customize your filter, there are better streamers, content creators with more videos on that. This is a Heist focused video, so that's what we're going to go stay to. So once you've got that, then you then need to get all of your characters. Now with Heist, okay, just got that. I'll bring that up. This is an image that I'll create in Google Documents and then put the description down below for the link of generally what is currently in the sections. So if you're interested in looking for gems, you need to go to Thaumaturgy. This only counts for the big reward chests. If you're just running in and doing the little ones, the little chests, Grimrow's got a video on that. It's a couple of leagues old, but it's still viable. Then you need to be running counter thaumaturgical plans, and then all of these are here. Excuse me. The main characters you want to be getting up quickly are Tibbs, because he after lockdown he can open up to 2 additional chests. I've forgotten the names now. Oh, dear me. There we go. So you want to get Tibbs up. He's your brute force level 5, but he's also the best one to do demolition when you're running contracts. When you're running grand heists, you run Vendiri. So you do need to level Vendiri up to job level 5 if you're going to be running Grand Heists. Cast is the next one. Cast is your luck picking guy, but he also has the perk of 40% less raising of alert level from opening raw chests. So I max him out on all 3 of his job levels. Again, this is standard, but even in League, I do all of his levels to get this bonus. That's the reward chests are the big chests. You want Gianna for the if you're going to be running Grand Heists, you want this 30% reduced blueprint costs. Along with that, you want Niles. Niles is another a tier 2 NPC you want to unlock. Talana is your level 5 agility for Grand Heists and the high level contracts. Nanette is your level 5 perception, and is okay at counter Thorm. I usually run Niles for counter Thorm because of the unlocked magical chest. Huck is completely ignored. The only reason you run Huck is to open up the other NPCs. Vendiri, you only use Vendiri to level him up on low level contracts. So as you're going through the campaign, if you find low level contracts, just keep hold of them, and then this will allow you to level up the characters, and it really doesn't matter what rewards you get out of them. And then Isla is your level 5 engineering and level 4 trap disarmament. Again, for trap disarmament, you want her running the contracts. For Grand Heists, you go back to Vendiri because he's also the level 5 trap disarmament. How do you unlock the NPCs? I can't rightly remember. Let me just find a guide. I did find this earlier. I think it's this page. There we go. So the initial, you start off with Tibbs, Talina, and Nanette as your 3. Okay, so you run Cast, he'll unlock Huck. You run a contract with Huck, that'll unlock Niles. Niles will unlock Vendiri, and Vendiri will unlock Gianna. You run Tibbs to unlock Tulini, and Tulini will then unlock Nanette. I'll put that in an image, in a document or something for you if you want to download that. Most of this information I'll have in a file, and I'll put that in the description below. So that's that. Onto the equipment and gear. Flashbang. Apologies, this is in a white Word Excel document, so flashbang. It's the only way I could do it, so apologies if that's a bit bright. This document is how I run my heists. So we've got the name of the NPC, their level 5 skill, what weapon they need, and what tool you're after. Now Vendiri's got 2 jobs, which is level 5 demolition, level 5 trap disarmament, so he needs a level 5 Grandmaster keyring and a level 5 Thorm flash powder. Huck is just there for my standard collection. That's it. Gianna, if you're going to be running a lot of Grand Heists, then you need. She's got level 5 deception, level 3 thaumaturgy, and level 2 perception. So you need the burst band for her weapon. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Achoo! Oh, apologies. Oh dear, apologies for that. And you need the level 3 charm and a level 2 flash precise arrowhead. Oh, more sneezes, I apologise. I'm trying to catch it with muting my mic. Sometimes it works, sometimes I have medical conditions which makes me sneeze uncontrollably sometimes. So for the gear, for the brooches, you're looking for a level 84, and this is the, if you're really gonna invest in running Heist as a currency maker, then this is the best rolls you can get. Same with the cloaks, level 2. All the tools, that's this lot, level I level 83, and all the weapons I level 81s, other than the arrowhead, which as previously discussed is I level 82. These are the rolls you're looking for, and these are the max rolls. So for job speed it's 20%, increased job speed, and 10% increase reduced lockdown. Reduced something. Oh, that's the wrong screen. There it is. Oop. There we go. Reduce something is reduce travel free, or the rings cut reduced by 50%. I'm trying to find if there's anything else. I've got, yeah, it's just reduced something. You can get various reduced cost for the job type, and there's a few others. But if you're going for a 4-stat, 3 stats are perfectly fine. If you've got some currency and you really want to heavily invest, go for an Exalt Slam and see what happens. I've never tried rolling these using Harvest. I'm not sure you could. I don't think they carry any tags. Yeah. The cloaks, or usually, I think they always, yeah, the cloak's implicit modifier is always maxed, and the other ones, as you can see, are rolled, so you'll need to use Blessing Orbs to get those up to max as well. Gear wise, what character do you run? A fast one is the answer to that. There are 2 popular builds. Well, one very popular build recently in the last couple of leagues, which is Toxic Rain Raider. I have a video up on my channel regarding that build, and of the one I'm running, which is an Ice Trap build. And again, this character is standard, so you cannot get that. You'll be very lucky to get Sacrificial Garb in League. All the other gear would be available, just be cost. Now this gear, I'll link the POB for this character below as well. But if you're running Heist, this is what you're after. Heists have full chance to duplicate basic currency. Orbs of something to drop as Chaos Orbs. In the sheet I showed you earlier, it does have my personal favourite, so Orbs of Augmentation drop as Chaos. Chances of duping basic currency. Stacked decks are basic currency. Increased item rarity, and then something extra items from chest, depending on what you're running. Harbinger items are best because that can include exalted orbs or exalted shards. But that again, that depends on what other mechanic you're running in maps, whether it's running Breach, Blight, Metamorph, or you want div cards for nurses and doctors. Up to you. So yeah, that's that. To go into the Heist Locker. So you want to be looking for this blueprint here. This is a Smuggler's Den blueprint, and that is the first blueprint you want to run. Excuse me, because that'll unlock your trinket slot. Now when you're running maps, the trinket slot you're after is one that states Smugglers caches drop X percentage more tokens, I think is the correct wording. That can be expensive. If you go for a tier 1, that's 10% extra, and they usually go for about 1 to 2x, which might not be a lot to some of you out there, but that is just for one roll. Excuse me. If you want to get a trinket that's all singing, all dancing, then you'll need that roll. Then you need the duplicated basic currency. Then you need orbs of something drop as chaos orbs, and then a 4th one of whatever. That can get very expensive. Again, depending on how much currency you have. As for the actual contracts you run, that is highly dependent on what you want to do. The actual layouts have no real bearing on which ones are easier. My preferred easiest ones are tunnels, because you can practically ignore most of the monsters going in, open everything up, and then just run out. Excuse me. I've got a low level one here, which I'll just run. To show you how I would do it. Oh, it's tunnels. Hey. So how I run a tunnels is a little different, because what I do is also level up my characters. So I throw my ice traps around and kill all the monsters on the way in. This makes it easier to run out, and with ice trap you don't even have to wait, because the trap is going off. You don't have to wait around. You can just go in and get stuff. There we go. This is not the fastest way to run it. I mean, if you want to be very fast, you would just ignore everything. And I'm not picking those up because this character is installed in the league. Depending on what uniques are available, it's depending whether you would pick them up or not. Oops, excuse me. That's better. So this is the ideal way to run it. You're just ignoring everything, running in, opening the smaller chests, grabbing what drops based on the filter you have chosen, keeping an eye on the alert level, because you obviously don't want to get that to 100% until you get to the end. If you're running your own markers, if you're in trade league and you're buying markers, because they're ridiculously cheap, most leagues, after the first few days, then you don't need to worry about this box. You're just running, open as many chests as you can and escape before you hit the 100 alert level. Now this character has got an extreme amount of movement, so I know I can get right over here, pick up the loot, hit my phase run. Even though this character has got phasing, because it's a raider, you have phase run for the movement speed. Hit my quicksilver, and as you can see, ridiculous amount of movement, and we are zoom in, and we are running out, not getting hit by anything. If I can remember which way to go, here we go. My flask is about to run out. Here, this is where we drop the vortex, because we're waiting for the door to open. Again, this is standard, so I have ridiculous job speed on this character. There we go. And pow. And we're out. And that's how long it should take you. It shouldn't take you no longer than that. And even that was probably a bit too slow. Could have done that probably a little bit faster if I wasn't recording. The biggest thing that's going to slow you down is ditching your loot. Now what I would normally do is stack up 5 contracts in one go and run them all. If you cannot run all 5 contracts and not have to empty your inventory, your filter's not strict enough. Review what you're picking up. It's that simple. You want to be in, out, and then you want to be not going. You want to be literally here, prepare, grab in, choose your person, go, and run the thing. Come back out again. You come back out about here, back to Aya, back, bam, next one, and you're off. And you do 5 and then you empty. Most people run a dump tab, which is what I've got as well, but with the stash tab affinities it's a little bit easier. But for the other stuff like uniques, unidentified uniques, and just random gear drops, again I'm on a very strict filter for standard. I don't care about what gear drops. That's what we'll be looking for. I'm not sure there's anything else to put in this video. I said I'll link all the documents in the description below, along with the path of building for this particular character build. In League you would replace the sacrificial garb for a Queen of the Forest for the extra movement. Quickly go over the gen setups. We've got Vitality. That should be a alt quality, but I can't remember which one. Arrogance and Empower. We're running Defiance Banner, which as you can see is leveling up. Flesh and Stone, Anomalous Hatred, and Grace with the Grace enchant. In this one we've got the Herald Device, added cold damage, and Enlighten. This is our Vortex setup. Vortex, Unbound Ailments, increased area of effect, and Bone Chill. That would probably be a Woke increased area effect when I get some money currency to upgrade that. In here we're running our phase run setup, and the reason we're running phase run is because buff grants 49% increased movement speed as a 2020. That's why we're running it. No other reason. We have phasing because we're a raider. That movement speed buff is the sole reason we're running it. We then put in second wind. Although that's because of the 3.16 changes, that's probably no longer relevant. Increased duration to make phase run long laster, and then life tap because all of our mana is spent on auras. And then it's the flask, which these flasks need to be upgraded to 3.16 flasks, I think, although they're not that bad. Yeah. You don't worry about ailments in Heist. Most of them don't have ailments, so this is all defensive flasks. Again, with the change to how curses work, this will be that flask will need to be changed. It won't even be a quartz anymore. I'll have to review this character probably before I share the POB, but you get the gist. That's how this character does. As I said, the other one is a Toxic Rain Raider. Mostly raiders because of the movement speed buff. This character without phase run is, where's the movement speed modifiers, 133. With the phase run buff, that goes up exponentially to just under 200, I think. But with the Queen of the Forest, in League, I got mine with Queen of the Forest up to about 320. So yeah. Hope this video has helped some of you out. Any questions, queries, let me know. If you think I've missed anything, again, let me know in the comments. I'll get to them as soon as they appear on my feed. Thanks for watching.